Performance Standard 4 is differentiated instruction. Teachers challenge and support each student's learning by providing instruction that meets each child's individual instructional differences. Some of the key indicators are evidence of remediation, acceleration, and enrichment. Flexible groups are based on students' needs. Assessment data is used to determine students' instructional needs, and lessons are planned accordingly. And learning expectations are suitable and are related to students' cognitive abilities. This video will share some of the ways that Eastside teachers differentiate instruction for their students' varied learning levels.
When I think about differentiation in my classroom, I do not think about changing every single component of the lesson I teach. I think of differentiation as a process which helps students grow. And as we know, the process is a series of steps that we need to follow. The first step I consider when planning my instruction is the types of questions I ask my students throughout the lesson. When I'm teaching a whole group lesson, I am constantly asking students different types of questions to check for their understanding. I believe that differentiation can be done through precise and purposeful questioning. I try to include questions that keep the lesson moving, questions that reinforce an idea or emphasize a point, questions that check for retention of the information presented, and questions that make students think and discuss their thinking with the class. Once I know my students, their academic levels, and their needs, then I know what type of questions I can ask each of them throughout the lesson. I feel that asking different types of questions have helped my students better understand the concepts I intend to teach them. Knowing your students makes questioning during instruction simple and helps with differentiation.
Seen in your head? Who remembers what it looks like? Oven, do you remember what the area model looks like?
A triangle?
A triangle? Let's think. It doesn't look a shape. A rectangle. Good. Go. Somebody continue reading that for me, please. Ishmael.
Received a box with 657 pencils.
What are some details in here that we can underline? Fidel, what are some details? The numbers. What are the numbers in the brown they're giving us? Nadia. 657. What else are they giving us? Maite. 3. Okay. And then, is there any more details that we need to know? Evelyn? The question. Can someone read the question for me, Eduardo?
How many pencils will each teacher receive?
How many pencils will each teacher receive? My problem's gonna look like what? What is the number sentence going to look like? Govan.
657
Uh-huh.
divided by 3, but put the, I mean, like, under this, yeah.
Okay, divide rectangle.
Okay, so let's split it up. Now we know we got 3 groups. So let's make the rectangle first.
Let's make the rectangle first. Thank you, sir. Everybody's making the rectangle for me.
We know from yesterday that when we had 255 and we had 4 groups, we had enough room to split into 50s. But since there's a higher number and we have 3, we can split into 50s again. So let's split it into 50.
Where am I gonna write my 100, Ramon? Do you? I want you to do it for me because I don't remember. Where am I gonna write my 100 friendly number? Is that where I'm gonna write my partial quotients? Think about it for a minute. Why am I putting 300 right here on the bottom? Why? No, what do we have to do? Do we keep them in the box or do we split them among the 3 teachers? Huh? Split them. Why are we splitting those 57? Why can I not have that as my remainder? Who can help me with that? Why can I not have 57 as my remainder? Janet.
Because it's gonna be it's gonna be bigger than the other number.
The interventions for 5th grade are derived from MAP data. After taking the initial test in August, we began analyzing the data to determine the areas of strengths and weaknesses and the grade levels our students fall in both reading and math. Our 2015 to 2016 5th graders have a greater deficit in reading. Therefore, we decided to set aside 3 50-minute segments for reading Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and 2 50-minute segments for math Thursday and Friday per week. Our intervention wall displayed in our classrooms allow the students to see how they have been scheduled and what program or teacher they are working with on the specific day based on their needs. The students who scored in the low third grade or below in reading and or math spend their intervention time on Moby Max. The students who scored in the middle of third to fourth grade participate in the reading intervention called Avenues, in which they work on building vocabulary and increasing comprehension with a teacher. Students who scored on a fifth grade level participate in a book club, which is self-led. Two groups of students participate in service above self activities, such as reading to third graders and working with kindergarten in writing. The students who scored in the middle of third to fourth grade work on number worlds. The teacher leads this group and is currently working on understanding data.
No matter what level the student is at, their needs can be met through differentiation. Differentiation is simply tailoring instruction to meet the needs of the learner. By using varying levels of accommodations and support, all students can access the general education curriculum and make progress. This can be done through content, process, products, or learning environment. My main focus is to provide students with the same grade level standards as their general education peers. I am able to accomplish this by using varying levels of accommodations and support. When differentiating lessons, I look at the students' language needs, comprehension level, and writing ability. If a student has any deficits in these areas, I immediately plan support for each need. I use data collection, teacher observations, and IEP goals to drive my instruction. In this integrated lesson, students are working on concepts of print and reading readiness skills while working on counting and writing skills. One student is writing the numbers and typing the number words on his communication device. Another student is using a communication board to participate in the story discussions and activities. He is writing the numbers with hand-over-hand, verbal, or visual tracing prompts. The final student is writing the number words and answering questions. In this lesson, language needs are met through verbal prompts, an AAC device, and a communication board. Comprehension level was used to determine which type of activity each student completed. Writing skills were assessed and used to create each student's activity. This lesson gives every student the opportunity to access grade level standards that meet their individual needs. Differentiation can seem overwhelming at times, but it does not have to be complicated. It can be as simple as allowing the student to complete their work in a different modality. The most important factor is that you provide differentiated instruction to promote all students' learning. Ready? How many? Okay, can you turn to the title page? To the title page. This is the title page. See 2, Willie. I see 2. Veo dos. I see 2. Okay, so what we're going to do. 3. Can you make a 3? 3. Here, show me a 3. 3. 3. Really? Mira, 3. Around and around. Good job. As we go through the story, you are going to answer some questions for me, Kaylin. You are going to answer how many we see of each thing. So, Kaylin, what was our first question in the story? How many eyes do you see? It says, how many eyes do you see? You are going to write in the number word. Can you show me the number word for 2? Right here. Where is the number word for 2? Okay, so this is what you're going to write. You're going to write the number word. Angel, you are going to write the number and you're going to type the word on your page. Kaylin, okay, so write the number for me. And while Kaylin's working, I want you to type the word. Okay, Willie. Kaylin, will you get Willie a crayon? Okay, good job, Angel. Now, how do we type the word? Type the word for me. All right, Willie. Willie, how many do we see? I see how many?
This is the color of cheese.
Oh, is that the right word? No, we're typing the... Look. Right here. 2. All right, Kaylin. Can you write your name on the paper for me?
2.
Good job, Willie. Okay, look, how do we spell 3? It's right here.
Yeah.
3. Okay, Kaylin, let's go to the next one. How many wings do you see? I see. How many? How many do you see? Good job, Willie. Okay. How many wings do you see? Okay, Angel, if you're finished, go to the next one.
4.
Okay. Here, let's do the next page. You do it. Okay, Willie. How many candles do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5. Good. Look, Angel made the word 4. 4. He said he saw 4.
Accessing and analyzing student data is essential in planning lessons. Running records and anecdotal notes are used daily in guided reading groups to help inform teachers of students' strengths and areas of challenge. These pieces of data help teachers deeply know students and understand their particular needs. Data is also used to help group students according to their instructional level. These groups are flexible and change according to the student's needs. Daily lessons are based on collected data and planned for each group. Lessons are tailored in a way that is ideal for each individual student. Effective use of data makes planning differentiated lessons easier and more impactful for the students.
So vegetables are healthy. Do you think it's important to eat healthy? Yeah. Can you think of a food that's not healthy to eat? What about candy bars and cupcakes? Should we eat that all the time? Very good. I like the way you stopped and thought about what made sense there. That was very smart to do. Notice when you got to this word, you kind of stopped. Why did you stop right there? You said this. Did you notice that didn't look right? So let's go back and read it again and think about what makes sense there. See the first part? What's that word? So what do you think that word could be? The word. What's something you could do to help you out with that word? Could you check the picture? What do you notice in the picture that they're eating? Right here. So what is that word? You can see it on the yogurt because that word is the same. Yeah.